Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast, we talk about what's the dumbest New Year's resolution. What is the worst place to be inebriated? And lastly, we recast the newer Jumanji movies with peak 90s actors. But first, the man who once got into the wrong Uber and squatted in a house for a week because his phone was dead and couldn't get home, Richard Mattison, what are you drinking?
I remember that. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But I'm continuing with my Long Island tonight. You know, it works. It got me through squatting in that house.
Got you warm?
It did. Not wearing the festive shirt, unfortunately, tonight, guys. Sorry. But true. What are you drinking over there?
I'm going back to my roots with the hard seltzer.
Topo
Just
Chico.
need a little something light and easy drinking today. Ben, how about yourself?
I went kind of light, easy drinking too. I'm drinking some Stellas tonight. Little Stella Artois.
Artois. Do you have the chalice?
No, I'm just drinking it out of the bottle.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Is it really a Stella if you don't have the chalice?
Yeah.
I think it
Okay,
is.
fair
in
enough.
the bottle. Travis, what are you drinking tonight?
My mother-in-law was super nice, and she got me a bottle of Tomatin. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Highland Scotch single malt. It's it was aged in bourbon and sherry casks, and thank you to Lane. It's yummy. I'm excited. I've had a couple sips, and I'm enjoying it. Oh wait, hold on. Let me 1 second. Let me just get my ducks in a row.
Segue. I hate everything.
Did it. You know who needs to get their ducks in a row? People with bad New Year's resolutions. Guys, it's New Year's. It's 2024. We made it. We're recording this.
10th.
What? What did I say?
You said it's New Year's.
Well, it's after.
January 10th.
It's New Year's. It's post New Year. It's a new year. We're in the new year. It's January 10th, the time of this recording. We just released an episode on January 10th from Thanksgiving, so maybe we're a little out of order, and that's fine. It's fine. But I want to know, what's the dumbest New Year's resolution?
Start a podcast. Oh, wait. Shit, we did that one last year. Or wait,
Next.
the year before.
Next. What's the next dumbest New Year's resolution?
I'm
There
gonna
we go.
throw it out there. At first, I thought it was just like I'm gonna say a niche, but like a celebrity one. So, and I guess we can wrestle with the term celebrity later. But specifically, I've heard some radio hosts have this one, and then so I thought it was just kind of funny, and I was like, yeah, okay, I can see how you want that one. It's expanded. I have heard more people say it, and now I need to address it. Less internet fights. To have less Twitter social media engagement arguments.
Yes.
One, how did you get to a spot to where you felt the need to engage so much? Anyways, that's a separate conversation. But it being
Question.
yes.
Are we not arguing over the internet right now?
No. Yes, but no. Know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Take your bad duck joke on your shoulder and take it elsewhere.
His name is Chip.
So there you go. That's my start.
Okay, so we have no more or less internet fights. I agree. That's stupid. Who else has a dumb New Year's resolution?
Yeah, that's actually really good.
I like that one, Rick, for a couple of reasons. The first one being, if you're petty enough to get into an internet fight, you deserve everything that comes with it, and also some of them are awesome.
Right?
Watching,
Right? Why would you want less
I'm
of it?
the opposite. Why would let's go harder.
That's
Let's
right.
go harder into internet fights.
I want
Yes.
because at the end of the day, it's better than physical violence.
It's true.
I think it probably on the scale comes out better in the end.
Because can we all agree that's what we're here for? Like, I want to casually observe this go down.
Yeah,
You know?
I want the dumpster fire that is
Yeah.
people just yelling at each other in bits and bites. I'll go with mine. And in general, I don't love New Year's resolutions
Amen.
at all.
Please say it. I didn't think I'd be allowed to say get rid of them again. So
Oh, absolutely.
so I picked
No, we should have canceled them in the last time we canceled something. But the one that always kind of strikes me, and there's all the really just easy low hanging fruit ones, but the one to me is just be less stressed. Like that, it's just so nonsensical to me because there's so much that involves, and so much that you can't control, and so much that is maybe like you need to go see a doctor about type of thing. It's just one of those like, okay, yeah, just be less stressed. How do you accomplish that? It's not, there's no clear, like with all the other ones, like lose some weight or stop drinking as much or XYZ for the things that are the normal ones. Those at least you can kind of form a plan on.
Sure.
And follow through if you really, really want to. But I feel like be less stressed is intrinsically part of some people. Like some people are just more stressed than others. And it's just a part of that. And again, like some of it just doesn't have, there's no way for you to combat that sometimes. Now, if you wanted to say something like get better at dealing with your stress, or
that's reasonable.
Or better responses to stressors or something like that. That's something. But I see so many lists where just be less stressed, period, no caveat is included, and it just makes no sense to me.
And stress, like, there are appropriate levels of stress. Like, I know some people are too stressed, and I get that, but like, maybe it's like let go of the little things. And they need to like actually figure out how to do that. And so I know I understand it from that point of view of like, but it's not specific enough to just say be less stressed. You have to like call something out specifically about how you're going to either to release some of the stress or deal with the stress, or I think any of those hyper vague resolutions are just absolutely worthless, which is why no one ever actually accomplishes.
Laugh more.
I
want to laugh more this year.
I want to be less stressed by getting into Twitter arguments. That's how I'm gonna resolve my stress issue.
By stopping my internet fights.
Oh, this is actually good. What we were just talking about, that kind of leads me into mine. So Travis, I'm gonna jump out there.
Go for it.
So yeah, the things like what you said, Rick, like laugh more. Like, yeah, those are a little ridiculous. But I actually had one that on first glance, it doesn't sound ridiculous until you break it down. And mine is read more. That's a very common resolution. But for me, enjoying reading is black and white. You either like it or you don't. So why make a resolution? If you like it, you're already going to try to do it. You're already going to be reading because it's something you enjoy. If you don't like it and you're going to make yourself read it, I mean, it's not necessary. We live in the technological age. Don't force yourself to read a novel if you don't enjoy it. So I don't get read more. It really doesn't fit for anybody for me.
The only thing I can think of is
not really the dumbest though.
Well, besides that, I think a lot of people who do like to read don't necessarily prioritize reading because I forgot who I was talking to about this. When you're reading, you can't multitask. It's basically just like I have to read and I can't be doing anything else. Yeah, you might be able to have like a game on in the background or something, but you can't be doing like I can listen to a book or podcast or watch a YouTube video while I'm cooking, which is great. I can't really read and cook at the same time. And so if you had told me someone was prioritizing reading and they want to read more because they just don't have a chance to, that actually makes sense to me. But I do agree that, there are people out there who just don't like reading, this guy. But I don't think I would ever, as someone who knows they don't like reading, I don't think that group of people would ever come up with that resolution. At least I don't think we would.
Well, but
I would-
or not most, but a lot of resolutions are based on something that is difficult for you. So if you know you should like reading, but you don't,
Okay,
yeah, something like that. I mean, that's a lot of resolutions.
that makes sense.
I kind of take it that way, the
Still
way
dumb,
that
though.
Ben's describing it too. Well, and I think it boils down to like people equate reading with being smarter and educating yourself. Just like you said, we're in the technological age. There's a billion ways to educate yourself. Watch a
Mhm.
YouTube video, take an online class. There's a million free classes out there. Do something creative, productive, take a cool class about woodworking or something like that. I think that's kind of what people want to get out of the read more. And it's like I love reading, and I don't really fit into that category, but of the like non-readers trying to
Yeah.
read more. So
But Drew, you're a perfect example of the other side of people that love reading. But would it ever be a New Year's resolution for you to say, I want to read more? Because you already read as much as you love to, and you make the time if you enjoy it.
yeah, I mean I find ways to read, and I do consider listening to audiobooks reading, and I that's how I consume a lot of my books nowadays, probably majority of them. So yeah, I would never, like, if I'm gonna find time to do it, I'm gonna do it. If I don't, it's not something I think about.
Do you
Really.
do you feel that way about all just, I'm going to call them task resolutions? I mean, I guess in a way you could say every resolution is a task, but I mean specifically like change reading to exercising or change it to insert whatever here. Do you feel that way about all of them, Ben? Or just reading?
No, I would say that there's some that I do think fill in that category and some that don't. I mean, it just depends on each one. And this is my opinionated one on read more. I just think it's a worthless one. So
I have a new last call idea. We come up with these type of resolutions and see what Ben's are. Ben, this year I want to mow the lawn more. This year I want to do this activity more.
It's not bad.
I wish I could mow the lawn more.
true.
I don't have a lawn.
All right.
I mean, it's
Invest-
nice, right? You have your beer, mowing the lawn. I will mow other people's
Technically,
lawns.
you could read more while mowing the lawn, depending
could.
on how big
You
your
could.
lawn is. If you can get a straight line going.
Well, I mean, and only if you care
you don't
about
need
that.
straight lines, yeah.
Right.
Be a really inappropriate place to be. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's a great place to be. How dare you?
I know. It's a bad segue into a bad take on the next topic that we're not at yet. I think the dumbest New Year's resolution is investing in crypto. I think if someone makes the resolution if someone is making the resolution to invest in crypto, they don't know what crypto is, and they're going to just lose a bunch of money. And I think that's really dumb. I don't think investing in crypto inherently is dumb, because there are good ways to do it, but those people are already doing it. And so by making it one of your quote New Year's resolutions that I'm going to invest in crypto this year, you're going to end up losing a lot of money.
Have you met anyone with this resolution?
No, but I think it's a really dumb one.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Yeah, no, I
just needed to ask.
was coming up with, I tried to think outside the
It's
box
really-
of a really dumb ones that I think someone probably has. I think that's feasible and reasonable to think that someone
Absolutely.
has thought that. I could think of a couple people specifically that have
Sure,
come up
sure.
with that, but I've not ever heard
I'm just
anyone.
curious.
No, I'm going to say investing in crypto. Real dumb.
So you focus more not on the actual task, but the fact that they're calling the task a resolution. Like investing in crypto might be great, but why are you making it a New Year's resolution? That's your argument, right?
A little bit, but also
I think it's both.
it is a little bit of both, because investing in crypto, because like losing weight, if we take losing weight for an example, it's inherently good, and you can do that regardless of New Year's resolution. Making it a New Year resolution is not really that smart because you're probably not going to end up doing it because it's a very short-term motivation. Same thing with like crypto, except there's a real consequence if you try to invest in crypto and you lose all your money. So that's why I think it's taking the dumb part into hyper consideration of a hell of a lot more risk.
I mean,
I like it.
the real side effect of not exercising or losing weight is, like heart disease and death.
Yeah, but not potentially this year.
No.
That could be even later.
The chances, we're
Don't
getting
get
older,
heart
guys. The
disease.
percentage
Yeah, no, you're
goes
right.
up
You're
more
right.
and more every year.
I'm not saying,
And you don't have to, if you say you exercise more, right? That doesn't mean you're going to go run a 10K or a marathon. That just means I might like
get off
walk
the couch.
get off
Yeah.
the couch and
That
go
could
for
be
a walk around my
exercising more.
neighborhood, which is fine. Like that's
In that
not
case, I have succeeded in my New Year's resolution. at this point.
exactly.
I got off the couch today.
And it's only January 10th. Good for you, Drew.
I know, right? Only
Check
10
that
days in.
box. I've lost $8.3 million. I've also succeeded in my.
You invested.
You know
I
what?
Didn't mean you do it. Doesn't
If-
mean you did it well.
Yeah.
If you were able to lose $8.3 million by today, good for you. That's yes.
You're welcome. I'm an inspiration.
Yes.
Just a genius.
Genius. Only I could do that. All right. So we've got less internet fights, less stress, read more, and invest in crypto. Dumbest New Year's resolution, go.
I
I
want mine, but I'm gonna back Rick on this.
Okay.
honestly, I
But I
am
like
too.
the internet fights. I like the internet.
No,
Which is
exactly.
why it's
That's
dumb.
why it's
Okay,
the dumbest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
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 You're right. You're right.
And because it is such a one, it's not going away. Two, the people that are making that resolution are so involved in internet fights. Like if you're so involved in the internet fights that you need to make a New Year's resolution about it, it's probably part of your job. Like part of your job is probably getting in internet fights.
Right.
And so it doesn't make sense on that front. And if it's not your job and you still have to make that resolution, you just need to get rid of the internet altogether. You're too involved. You need to just so I it's dumb on multiple levels for me. So that's why I'll jump ship to Rick's camp.
Yeah, I have to go to
Take
Rick's
it.
camp also. It's just
It's a good one. It really is.
it's great. And yours is dumb, Travis. Yours was my second. I was gonna jump ship for your second. So
I'm okay with less internet fights as being a dumb New Year's resolution. Bring on the internet fights. No one can make that resolution.
Fucking add us.
anymore.
Get it in the comments.
Get
That's
the
right.
comments. Thanks, Brendan.
But don't send me a crypto request. If you're
But yes, don't expect me to back your new coin or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck you're trying to.
Banter coin. No? Banter.
No, I'd invest in that. Yeah.
Bitcoin.
I'd invest in some Banter
Not,
coin.
not Banter Bitcoin.
Sounds dirty.
I'm sure there's a currency that starts with B that I'm not thinking of. Anyway.
Oh, it could be the bar tab.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your bar tab at?
Yes.
Oh, I
Negative
like.
$8.3
Yes.
million.
All right, somebody get in the comments and
Yes.
tell us how to start our own cryptocurrency because I
My
have
New
no
Year's
effing
resolution.
clue.
Make my
Create
own.
our own cryptocurrency.
I love this.
That's
so
even
much.
worse than investing.
Is it?
I don't know. I honestly could not tell you.
I think I'd have to be really drunk to actually invest in that crypto, though.
Mm.
No.
Like really
No.
in a terrible
just
place.
stop.
Just
See, I thought you were gonna do like drunken Twitter fight as your that would have been
I was too far removed from that, so I couldn't do it anymore. So guys, what's the worst place to be inebriated? And I'd like to throw out there, suggest that being drunk at an intervention for another alcoholic is the worst place to be inebriated.
I have thoughts on that one. I have thoughts.
That's gotta be the worst. Like, it might not be the worst in terms of like situation, but it's the most counterintuitive for sure.
You should definitely stop
I
drinking.
just was somebody reading their letter out drunk to somebody.
What
Do you remember 15 minutes ago when we did 25 shots?
What's this word? Oh, crypto. Oh, invest in my crypto, bro.
Oh my god.
We should start a bar.
Call it puzzles. Yeah, give me intervention for an alcoholic.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump out there with another one. Cockpit of a plane would say probably a very bad place to be drunk.
Or an autopilot.
Yeah,
it's nothing but autopilot.
Only if you're the pilot.
Ooh.
If not, I mean,
are you just having a good time?
I
What's
mean,
this
maybe
button do?
you guys come here often?
Just want to wish you all good luck. We're counting on you.
Oh, good movies. Sorry, yeah, I don't really have an argument other than the cockpit of a plane. Don't be
I like that.
drunk there, please. Yeah,
That'd be a bad time.
And
It'd be a bad
sadly, it happens way more than it should.
I think they've cracked down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it still happens.
Oh, I'm sure.
And Drew was watching the documentary Flight recently.
Actually, no, I was listening to, I don't remember what I was listening to, some podcast about a pilot was getting drunk at an airport bar, not in his uniform, and then went to the airport lounge, whatever the pilot lounge is, to change into his uniform, and somebody saw him walking to his plane to pilot it, and he got busted.
Got to do better.
Yep.
Be good or be good at it, as I've always
there
been
you
told.
go.
They make flasks for a reason.
Mm.
Rick, Drew, worst place to be inebriated.
I'll hop out there. In honor of our fallen warrior Danny Wasby, who just got his appendix taken out, the operating room as the as the surgeon. Well, I mean, just in general, being drunk in an operating room probably not the best thing. no matter what your job is, or being the patient,
Hey,
probably not the best thing ever.
Doc, say scalpel. Doc, say scalpel. I'm gonna give you the scalpel. Do you have forceps?
You need a drink.
Yeah,
Your hands are a little shaky. You need a drink. You need a drink.
You should have some of my blood. It's really loaded right now.
There's not a bomb in there. There's not a bomb in there. That's his liver, right? Please.
Are you inside of me right now?
That's a good one. Rick.
I went through several emotions listening to these, because at first I was thinking about going along the lines of, was it Ben or Travis? Travis, you said the intervention one, right?
Yes, you did.
Regardless, I was thinking about, it would really, probably not be great to be the cop arresting someone for a DUI while drunk, but
that's pretty funny.
I don't think that'll work. I think we're talking inappropriate, and it needs to have a greater impact than all the ones mentioned here. One, I think would be funny, but I think you don't mess up our national pastime and be the drunk ref at a football game. I think it'd be hilarious, and I would pay to see that. But overall, don't you do it.
That could be a new league, drunken football.
Oh my God, I would watch that.
What the fuck?
And we did say drunk. We said inebriated, but it does say drunk because there are plenty of football players that just take shots right before the game.
Not players. Players go for it.
Oh, okay.
Refs specifically.
Just the ref.
Yes.
Fair enough. So refs. Can I throw out an additional
You may.
one that I
got one too. Go ahead.
if we can just expand this list? I'm going to say hostage negotiation as the negotiator,
I'm fine
not
with
the criminal, because the criminal might be, but being the hostage negotiation.
you gotta get on their level, Travis.
You're right. Ben, what was your other one?
Oh, I wrote down something from the last one. I wrote down Twitter.
Being drunk on Twitter might be the worst place to be inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because if you say
okay.
something wrong, it's out
Yeah.
there for the fucking world to see.
You're not wrong.
I have two backups, and personally, I don't have a problem with this one because I think it'd be hilarious. But being sworn in as president,
during the inauguration.
During like just the entire inauguration.
I think, yeah, I'm
swaying.
not even
swaying
gonna
back
write
and
that
forth.
down because I think that's totally fine. You're the president. You can do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
you want.
you can do it.
Not yet.
Nah, you're close enough. It's a formality. I'm not
If
gonna
you
write that one
can't
down.
physically put your hand on the book,
Oh.
if you miss it because you're drunk, or you just fall back.
They would need it. They'd just be leaning on it, like, don't move,
Okay,
don't move,
yeah.
don't move, don't move, don't move. I got this.
And then my other one was being an astronaut, but specifically when that like terrifying red light comes on, that means something's gone terribly wrong.
Okay, Rick, you got any others you want to throw out there?
No.
Okay, so our list is intervention, cockpit of an airplane, operating room surgeon, the referees.
Give me the doctor just to get this ball rolling.
And we got one for Doc.
I'm not jumping on this one.
Rick, I understand, but I can't.
I can
go
be
with
swayed.
I
I'm
can't.
not
I can't. Well, I can't be refs. I want to take that one off the list.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, Ben, just because they already do it, I'm going to take out cockpit.
Yeah,
Okay.
makes sense. I was actually going to switch to your camp, so
Okay, so we got two. I'd like to keep intervention because I think it's really funny. And we're at 2 for intervention and 2 for operating room surgeon.
I'm making a case
Okay.
for a doctor, and it's really against yours.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the worst place? The absolute worst thing that could happen if you are drunk at somebody else's intervention for being an alcoholic is you either get called out or you're not friends anymore. The worst thing that happens if you're a surgeon is you kill somebody.
Well, that's if they let you, though. So I don't know. You might have lost me with that conversation.
But we're talking about you are physically in this situation already drunk. So if you're holding the knife over somebody,
All right, that's
you've made it that far.
All right, that's fair.
The worst thing that happened is you kill somebody.
The worst thing happens. You kill someone, but that's the absolute worst.
What
Absolutely.
surgery?
It doesn't matter. If you're cutting into somebody, you have the potential to kill them.
You're right. I mean, if you'll allow me to go a little dark, if I'm drunk at someone's intervention and they don't go seek the help that they need, I may have accidentally killed someone.
No, you can't take that blame on yourself.
No, it's not blame on myself, but it's a result of my inebriation.
No, because that's still ultimately the other person's responsibility to seek help for themselves.
You're right. I agree with that, but it could have, I don't want to say be a final nail in the coffin, but
Aha! One of your better segues.
but it could be, it's not, I never would say that is the ultimate and obvious issue, but I agree it is their responsibility to find help for themselves. But things happen, effects happen. My actions impact others. So, in theory, it could trigger an additional effect.
I'm
So-
not going to accept it.
That's fine.
But
You don't have. I'm okay with doctor. I think it's boring, but I think it's okay. I think it's the right answer.
Pretty excited. I still have this QR code on the bottom of my Yeti right here.
Yeah, doctor's fine.
How long have you had that Yeti? Is it since like the 90s?
mm,
Does
When
that
was the
QR
Yeti made?
code take you to the Jumanji website?
how long has Yeti been a company? I need to know.
We can see. I doubt it.
I gotta pee. Doctor, it is. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Hey, real quick. You listening? Cool. Do me a favor. On your app, wherever you're listening to this podcast, there's a button to follow or subscribe or some sort of a notification type bell. Whatever you do, don't click them. Don't click those buttons. Don't do it.
or click it. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Just fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just click it. It's cool. Just do whatever you want. Preach.
Gentlemen, we grew up in the 90s ish. And I miss the old 90s actors, and I want to put them into modern day movies. And today we're going to pick the rebooted Jumanji series. So basically what I'm looking for is a recast of kind of the 4 archetypes in that movie. The super buff protagonist played by The Rock, the hot fighter woman played by Karen Gilligan, the short obnoxious loud guy played by Kevin Hart, and the tubby scientist dude played by Jack Black. So take those 4 archetypes and we're going to recast them with some of our favorite actors who were relevant in the 90s, and we would be taking on their 90s form in a sense. So like, I wouldn't want to cast old Harrison Ford as he is today. I'd want to cast Harrison Ford in the 90s if I was going to pick Harrison Ford. So Macaulay Culkin would be a kid.
Peak 90s.
Peak 90s form. You don't have to be the most A-list celebrity in the 90s, but you have to be semi-relevant and known in the 90s to be kind of applicable for this list. I wouldn't put Kevin Hart in this list because he was not known in the 90s, or at least not well known. So let's start, we'll go top down, or we can go listing our 4 to replace those characters. What do you guys want to do?
I think character by character.
Character by character?
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's start with the protagonist, the super buff protagonist. Who should we replace The Rock with?
I got one, and I'm going to go first because I never want to replace The Rock. But with a 90s person,
Don't say
keep
The
going
Rock.
back.
Don't say The Rock.
Please say that.
So I was going to,
Please say that.
and then I was talking to Lauren, and she's like, "Don't say The Rock."
Don't
That
say
would
The
be
Rock.
hilarious.
No,
I mean, but it would be The Rock, not Dwayne Johnson. It would
That's
be
right. That's right.
exactly
Like Wrestling Days Rock.
So I did actually pick somebody else, and this guy got kind of his big breaks in the 90s. That's Ving Rhames. So like Mission Impossible, Con Air, Entrapment, really got his start in the mid 90s as kind of his first big roles. So Ving Rhames.
Okay, I can see that. Not a bad pick. I had not considered him, and I like that one. Who else wants to recast? Who else should we recast The Rock with?
Wasn't expecting to blow this one so early,
That's what she said.
but haha. But if you can't recast Dwayne Johnson with The Rock, then there's only one other acceptable alternative. And I went Hulk Hogan
Ooh, okay.
to be in my new Jumanji movie, please. That's who I want.
He was in a 90s movie.
Yep.
So
right.
he meets that criteria, and he was an entertainer in the 90s. So
he was on a very popular TV show. So
was that in the 90s though? I'm not disqualifying him.
It wasn't not in the 90s.
Wait, what?
I don't know what TV show you're referring to, but
What TV show? Oh, are you talking about the wrestling TV
yes.
show? Okay.
Yes,
I thought you meant like it was like he had his own reality show in like the late 2000s or something with his daughter.
Yeah. Wrestling.
Fair. Wrestling. Got it. I thought this one was pretty obvious. This is the only one that came to my head instantly, and that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, just fit like a 1-to-1, basically. I'm not saying they're the same person, but just super macho man, action hero type person. Maybe not the same level of charisma as The Rock has, but I mean, he can still do some comedy stuff. So give me Arnold.
It just seemed easy.
I know, but like,
I mean, it's not. You're
not
wrong.
It made the most. I went through a bunch of them, and that one made
You're not
the most
wrong.
sense. Drew,
Man,
who's your backup?
I think I'm gonna go David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
Ooh,
Peak Baywatch era, just glowing abs, not a great actor, but just known
just
around
like
the
The Rock.
world.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Wow.
Uh,
Wow. Just stabbing. Wow.
he hates him so much.
I don't hate him.
You just hate how much he comes up.
Right. I don't get the overhype.
Which is why we consistently bring it
Of
up.
course. Appropriately hyped.
Of course.
Appropriately
It's not
hyped.
appropriately hyped. Anyway, all right. So we've got Ving Rhames. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Rhames?
Rhames.
Ving
Rhames.
Rhames. We got Ving Rhames, Hulk Hogan, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the Hasselhoff. Who's our new super buff protagonist?
Oh, are we deciding right now? Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're going one by one. I liked the Hulk Hogan idea, but I don't think he brings the same
Don't do it.
pizzazz. He's got one shtick, and it's very different from The Rock's. I don't see him as much of a. I don't know. I don't.
Rick's face right now. Your friendship may not.
No, I'm not I
laugh
don't
past whatever you're
dislike
about
Hulk
to say
Hogan.
next.
I'm just like
you don't see him in the jungle.
no, I do.
I'm
I'm trying.
yeah, brother.
Did you see 1998 Raw? Welcome to the Jungle pay-per-view.
He's basically already done it.
I didn't, but
I made that up. I wonder which one was.
God, that handlebar mustache.
it was great. It was
so
glorious,
good.
and it could be really good. I was like, of the four that we mentioned, he's number 2 on my list. I'm just trying to like, I guess I just keep picturing him only in his wrestling outfit.
He's in Mr. Nanny.
Yeah.
He was also in Three Ninjas, which was a great one.
Amazing.
What a
Nice.
great one.
What a
High
classic
Noon at Mega Mountain.
High Noon at
Oh
Mega
my
Mountain,
God.
yeah.
documentary about ninjas in California.
What are other votes? What are the other? Travis, are you picking your Arnold?
I'm still in Arnold. I could be swayed to Hulk Hogan, but I'm not.
Wait.
Yeah.
It just, if we're saying your main gripe against Hulk Hogan is he only if you however you phrase it, your first gripe, your gripe, whatever you want, is he only has one shtick or one appeal, and you're gonna turn around and tell me Arnold doesn't only have one appeal?
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm saying
Okay.
Arnold's one is slightly better than Hulk Hogan's one.
There's no robots.
He was also in True Lies. He was also in Predator. He was also in the one with Danny DeVito. He was in some sort of little kid
All of
movie as
which
well.
have robots.
Are you saying Danny DeVito's a robot?
I'm not saying that.
Not a tumor.
Yeah. He got pregnant in a movie, right?
It sounds very robotical.
Right. He got pregnant in the movie. So I just think, to me, they're 1A, 1B. I'm not mad at Hulk. I'm just trying. I've already ruled out the other two in my head, so I was trying to find fault with Hulk, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. I'm back on board. I disagree.
Yeah, I'll go with Arnold. I think it lines up better. Just
No
honestly,
sense
it's
of
just
adventure.
because of what movies I watched. Yeah, it's Arnold for me.
No love for David Hasselhoff at all.
No, there's love.
I'm
Just-
going Daisel Hasselhoff because Arnold is not getting this role. Like,
I just I like Arnold.
come out of the board
like,
game if you want to live. Like, no,
Can't-
I don't want to. No,
You just can never understand him.
right? I don't know.
I will jump camp for Hulk Hogan before I let.
Well, and I
Arnold
will jump camp
Schwarzenegger-
for David before I let. So
Well, you guys got to decide on one. Rock, paper, scissors, determine who you're going with, and then maybe we'll come revisit
Well, then
this,
it's
or
a
we'll
two-
put up a.
2 by
We'll put it-
2.
Well, yeah, so we'll put up a. Either you guys don't decide on one, and Arnold wins, or you guys pick a side. It's split, and we go text Danny or put it up on Twitter and see if we can get any votes in.
I will go for Hulk
all right,
because
I'll stay with Hulk.
if we're talking like a 1-to-1 recasting what the Rock's character did, I think he would do a better job.
Okay, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. The Twitter poll is up. We are currently at 50-50. Rick, did you vote?
No, but I wanted to.
We did have
That's
one. What?
Literally went through my head. I'm like, I'm one of the only ones with Twitter. Let me get on here and
Ben has a Twitter.
he doesn't use it.
No, I don't.
I've got a Twitter. I just don't know how to use it.
That's fair.
Right, that's what I meant.
Shout out to Daniel Quigley, who said the right answer is Macho Man. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Randy Savage, yeah.
That would have worked.
It's wrong. And Daniel, I appreciate you, but you're wrong. Anyway, let's talk about the next character, the generic hot fighter woman who probably wears not enough clothing while in the jungle, currently played by Karen Gillian. Gillian? I think it's Gillian.
Gillen.
Whoa, Karen Gillan. Who should we replace Karen with? I would like to throw out. I don't know how much else she did after Starship Troopers, but Diana Meyer, the redhead from that movie.
Not who I thought you were picking.
Yeah, no, the other one. The other one who's the boots on the ground, tough as nails, ends up getting the guy in the end. That's who I want to cast in that role.
Talking about a movie that
changed my life.
Awakening.
Yeah, an awakening. Absolutely.
I respect that, but I don't think that's a big enough name to warrant being put out there. I am going with the original badass chick from 90s TV, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I thought you were going to say Xena Warrior Princess.
I would have been a good one too, honestly. But yeah, as Buffy, just one of the best things ever to come across, and fits the profile of the badass Tomb Raider-esque style character.
I do like that pick. I'm
gonna hop out there. My pick was also Sarah Michelle Gellar. In my mind, there is no other option.
So was mine. Absolutely. Wow. It's just she's made for
it. Thank you, Rick. Talk about other things that I say all the time that nobody knows the reference to it.
It just decided.
And to be fair, if you guys go on the Google Doc that you all have access to on my sheet 29, Sarah Michelle Gellar is actually listed as my first one. Nice. But I last second changed it to, I think it's Diana. Or Dinah, maybe?
I don't know. We know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She needs to be on that girl list.
The one we saw the boobies.
We saw the boobies.
Yep.
And I was like, yep, that's the one. And the only reason why I went with her over Sarah Michelle is because
no boobies. I get it. I understand.
Boobies, no boobies. But also, I'm not saying Karen is a B-list celebrity, but she's also not Sarah Michelle Gellar level celebrity, right? So I was trying to also think of like
she
plays Nebula.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not saying she isn't, but
she's an A-lister.
She's like an A-
in modern day,
because
I would consider her more of a celebrity right now than Sarah Michelle Gellar is.
Well, right now for sure, but like Sarah Michelle at her peak versus Karen at her peak, it's Sarah Michelle for sure. And people only know Karen because she's blue. She's done plenty of other wonderful things. I like a lot of her movies.
She was in Doctor Who, so it holds a special place in my heart.
That's fair. Okay, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. That's fair. That was an easy one. The short, obnoxious, loud character. I had the hardest time with this one.
I'm going Chris Rock. Not short, but I think he fits that role well. And yeah, I'm going Chris Rock.
Good pick. Actually, it's a really good pick. I went Drew Carey.
Okay.
Felt like he fit the fat, out of breath,
That's the Jack Black character.
That's what you just said.
I said the short, obnoxious character played by Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
The other
the-
one.
Both characters in the movie are short and obnoxious.
Okay, fair. You're right.
So Kevin Hart,
The Kevin Hart character, yeah.
Franklin Finbar. I kept going back to the same one for this one. It was Alfonso Ribeiro, otherwise known as Carlton from The Fresh Prince.
Yes.
That was my pick.
I like that one.
Short, obnoxious, carrying around a backpack.
Mm.
It felt like it fit.
Drew, what you got over there?
Okay, I'll go a completely different direction then. I'm gonna go Gilbert Gottfried.
Literally one of the three I was determining trying
Nice.
I was gonna go Jaleel White, the guy who played Steve Urkel.
That would have been a
Um,
good one.
But yeah, I think Gilbert Gottfried would, just because he was more prone to like that kind of screaming comedy,
Yeah.
the like just like wall of noise comedy, that I think that character kind of portrays a little bit more. And
Okay, like-
I don't necessarily think he was like the biggest in the 90s, but I mean,
No, I don't hate it.
Iago in
that-
Aladdin
that's
is like
good.
a
Yeah.
That
huge
qualifies.
claim to fame.
Yeah.
Qualifies. I convinced myself because you took Gilbert, I can go with better Chris option, which I think is Chris Tucker.
Okay.
Is more of the Kevin Hart style. He's not so short, but he's the same high energy, loud, obnoxious type that I think fits that role really, really well. So I'm gonna go Chris Tucker. All right, so our four are Alfonso Ribeiro, I think that's how you pronounce it. Chris Rock, Chris Tucker, and Gilbert Gottfried. I do think he was on my list. So to talk about Gilbert, I think it would be hilarious to see Gilbert in that.
I think he would have been really good.
I think it would have been a different loud energy, but still that same loud, whiny, obnoxious, like, what are we doing here, man? But in only the way that Gilbert could do it. So I could be convinced for Gilbert, obviously, because he was on my list, but I'm not so sure about the other two.
I will help. I
Okay.
just saw a clip of
You looked up who
reminded me-
Gilbert Godfrey was, and you realized he's the Aflac duck, and you got it. You got there.
Nope. Close. So close. In The Fifth Element. I forget.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker
Oh my
was
God, I
the
love Chris Tucker. in
was
that
the
role.
radio dude.
It's his
and
best.
So I
his
am
best role
Chris
ever.
Tucker camp on this one.
Corbin, my man, Corbin. Oh God, he was so good in that role.
So good.
Fun fact: Prince wanted to play that role, and they did not let him.
Oh, they got it right. I guess I will jump the Carlton ship because there wasn't a lot of love. I do like the Chris Tucker play. I mean, it seems like he would know how to bring that kind of comedy and the kind of the yelling, but can pull it back and then can yell again and pull it back. Yeah. I'll go Chris Tucker.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
Yep. My other one was Lewis Black, just an angry man,
Okay.
but probably still would have been too old for the role because he's like 95 now. That's not true, but I think he's perpetually old. So I was like, let me get someone younger. So I went Chris Tucker. Okay. So we got Chris Tucker. So recap so far, we've got a TBD between Hulk Hogan and Arnold Schwarzenegger. We got Sarah Michelle Gellar and we've got Chris Tucker. Our last character we need to fill is the tubby, rotund science guy. And Ben, you had already alluded to your pick, which was Drew Carey.
Yep, and that's definitely my pick. I mean, 90s was when he was on multiple different shows. And yeah, I mean, it just fits the profile perfect.
I actually hadn't considered Drew Carey, and that's a really good pick.
I legitimately, Ben, will send you a picture, but Drew Carey was also my answer.
Nice.
I couldn't. I was just thinking like 90s. Who was in that like big comedic role? Had his own show. Had the kind of the same, not the same energy as Jack Black, because they're very different, but like kind of that leading man comedian persona. And yeah, nobody else fit it as well as he did.
I went he was probably better in the 80s, but he was definitely relevant in the 90s. I went John Candy.
Yes, good one.
Ooh.
It's a nice one.
Yeah. I do like Drew Carey, but I also like John Candy.
R.I.P.
I guess I can't technically cast him.
You could, it'd just be messy.
So if I think about John Candy and Drew Carey, and I have to, because part of that role was, not manly, like kind of like girlish and squeamish, or I think Drew Carey could play that better
Yeah.
out of the two.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Rick, who are you thinking?
I'm glad you brought up John Candy because I was also for a minute thinking John Goodman, but then I had the same thought as you've been. I thought he might be a little too manly. Honestly, I ended up going with Bill Murray. Just throw a fat suit on Bill, and I think Bill Murray could play that role. But I do like the Drew Carey pick as well.
That would have ended up being a very different movie.
Yes.
Bill, it would have been the Bill Murray show, and it would have been amazing. Absolutely,
You know what?
amazing.
Screw it. No Arnold, no Hulk Hogan. Put Drew Carey as the lead.
Yes,
Not Drew Carey. Bill Murray. Sorry. Put Bill Murray.
Bill Murray is
as
the lead.
Yeah.
Travis just straight choosing violence, making Drew Carey.
I'm okay with that too.
I would watch it.
I mean, have you seen him lately? He's dropped like 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah, he's
as
skinny.
the host of
Oh yeah, he did great.
The Price is Wrong.
Price is Right, and he's living his best life.
All right, so we already have two for Drew Carey. I definitely wouldn't be mad at Drew Carey. I do think he's a little. I'm trying to remember the Drew Carey show. It's been a minute, but like your point about him being like high pitched girly a little bit, he reminds me of that group of guys, Jimmy, who's on the late night television, and Adam Carolla doing like the Man Show. Like he was supposed to be in that like man role a little bit, and that's where I'm trying to like I want to go Drew Carey. I just need a little bit more convincing of how he would be a little bit more squeaky girly like Jack Black.
Don't think that at all. I think that he was always played more of the like nerd character that ever. He was the heartwarming guy that always meant well and better and wasn't really playing the macho guy at all. I think that was Ryan Stiles and whoever the other guy was on the Drew Carey show.
Yeah, Drew Carey's older brother was the gruff guy. Drew was
and could like that was more of their role.
Lonely
and he
nerd,
was always the down on your luck, everything happens to me kind of sad sack character that was a little bit more on the effeminate side.
Yeah. And I can't think of any of John Candy's roles where, I mean, every John Candy role that I can think of, he had at least a little bit of, gruff in each of them, except for maybe Home Alone.
I think this is where I'm at. And again, can be swayed. Drew Carey reminds me a little bit of Kevin James in King of Queens. That's where I'm like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Not like
that's fair.
Super hyper macho like I was talking about, but like very even keel, very like right here. Whereas at least John Candy had some range. It may not be in the squeaky range, but he could go a lot of different directions where I think Drew Carey is just a one-trick pony. So that's where like if Rick doesn't what? Go ahead.
So is this role not in his one-trick pony realm?
I don't think it is. I don't.
Okay.
I think it needs because Jack Black brings so much range to it because he's got the nerdy, overweight scientist to it, but also like we talked about the effeminate squeaky.
I think that's right up his alley, though. If you're okay,
and maybe I'm not remembering it right, and I'm just
saying if you're doing a side by side between him and John Candy, he fits that. Drew Carey fits that bill way more than John Candy does.
I don't think either of them fit the quote effeminate role. right?
I would agree with that.
And I'm not talking about the
And
it's
right,
like
right. So if we take that
effeminate
part
role,
of
it's the
if we
it's
take
just
that
more
part
the-
out of it, then okay, which one has something else they can bring to the table other than the chubby nerdy guy? Because they both could do the chubby nerdy guy. I think John Candy could bring some sort of depth and character development over Drew Carey, who just is the chubby nerdy guy.
think you're overthinking it.
I am, but that's why you got to convince me to. And again, it may not even matter because Rick currently hasn't left his camp, so he's still on Bill Murray technically. So unless Rick
I
decides,
mean, I'm not ending there. I just
where are your thoughts at, Rick?
I'll be honest. I like John Candy
Okay,
a lot for this one. I do appreciate the Drew Carey
yeah, I'm real close.
pick, but I just would prefer to see John Candy.
Let me.
I'm not leaving my camp, so
No, I know that. Luckily,
That's
we
fair.
have a potential tiebreak here. Danny, how you doing, buddy? How's your lack of appendix?
Feel 10 pounds lighter. It's great.
There you go.
Welcome to the club, by the way.
wow. It was
You were
you guys
someone
are
else is
this
finally a part of my
exclusive-
elusive. Yes.
I remember your story very clearly.
Welcome,
Rick.
brother.
How's the scar? Can we see the scar? You still got a gauze
Show
on it?
show us the scar.
It's just like a little belly button. Well, I have
Yeah.
2 more, but I ain't showing you that.
You have 2 more belly
You have
buttons.
3 belly buttons total.
I have 3 belly buttons.
What?
3
How have we not-
incisions.
I've seen you naked so many times. I've never seen these belly buttons.
But have the viewers seen me so many times naked? That's the
They
question.
have now. Danny, we have 2 questions for you. Our current topic is taking the modern day Jumanji movies and replacing them with actors from the 90s in their form in the 90s. So Macaulay Culkin would be a kid. Not going to pick Macaulay Culkin to play the Rock's character. That's not okay. The one we're on right now, and then we don't have a Twitter poll up for, is the Jack Black character, the chubby scientist nerdy dude. And we're stuck between Drew Carey from the Drew Carey show and Whose Line Is It Anyway, and John Candy.
My heart says John Candy. I think he'd just be funnier, and that's why. I think he'd just be funnier. And I think
Okay.
Drew Carey's funny, but I think John Candy would just like bring that extra little zazz that Drew Carey would just kind of stand back and be like, "Look at me, I'm funny," kind of thing. John Candy would work for it.
Okay. I really wouldn't have been
I like
mad
it.
if you picked if you had picked Drew Carey, but I'm glad John Candy. The other one, and this may not decide it because we actually have a Twitter poll up. The Rock's character, the super muscular protagonist homeboy. That's actually what it said on the call sheet. We're stuck between Hulk Hogan and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's hard. Because I instantly like my first thing that's like, what accent do I want to hear the most? What would be most funny
That's
in the
fair.
lines that they would say, and both would be freaking hilarious. I just feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's done it all. He's achieved greatness. I'm pretty sure he owns mini horses. Hulk, he's had to fight for his work. I want to give it to Hulk.
Okay. I don't like that reasoning.
I don't even want the win.
I have a
It's
few
a
questions,
pity pick.
It was fun to watch.
but I also really appreciate your last potentially unintended pun of he had to fight for everything.
Yeah.
Did you say
Go ahead.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has many horses?
Mini?
Mini horses.
Oh, as in like miniature horses or lots?
I'm aware of at least 2 mini horses he has in his possession.
Many
Yes.
mini
Well.
horses.
So, for the purposes of closing this out, currently on the Twitter poll, Hulk Hogan is winning. So, with Danny's, not by much, but with Danny's vote, I think that kind of solidifies
Hell yeah, brother!
We can
The,
close it out. Hell
the
yeah,
Hulk
brother.
Hogan win. So, our new Jumanji cast is Hulk Hogan, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Chris Tucker, and John Candy. I would go see that movie.
I'd watch that.
I would watch that movie.
I would watch it.
That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
100%. 100. Do you think they'll play it in the bar right now? Should we go ask? Oh shit, it's last call. Gentlemen, it is trivia night at the bar, and tonight we are doing 90s music trivia. Instead of coming up to the host and handing in your answer, we're just gonna make some sound effects, right? So, Rick, what sound are you gonna make to kind of buzz in to answer your question?
Indeed.
Indeed. Rick is indeed. Ben, what is your sound effect / catchphrase?
I'm gonna yell hopscotch.
Hopscotch. And Drew, what is your noise / sound effect?
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. Are you guys ready to start off this 90s music trivia? Don't care.
Indeed.
Which okay,
Yes.
Go ahead.
1 point, Rick.
Go ahead. Well, what's the answer, Rick?
Yes.
That is not it. Your buzzer
Is
has
this
will not be
form of a
reset.
question. Are we? I don't.
No. Which alternative rock band released the album Nevermind in 1991? One of the most
Hopscotch.
popular.
I know I
Ben.
can see the fucking.
All American Rejects.
Nope. Go more 90s.
Hell
Say-
yeah, brother.
Drew.
Nice.
Nirvana.
Nirvana is the correct answer.
The
1
baby.
point.
I could picture the baby on the
Yep.
album cover.
Next question. What song by Sir Mix-a-Lot became a huge hit in 1992 thanks to its catchy chorus and reference to a certain physical attribute?
Hopscotch.
Ben.
Baby got back.
Baby got
Baby
back.
got.
I will accept that answer because that is the correct answer.
Woo!
Next question. This has got 5 answers, so you guys better know all 5. What are the nicknames of the 5 Spice Girls?
Hopscotch.
Ben.
Baby Spice. Ginger Spice. Scary Spice. Posh Spice. Sporty Spice.
Another point for
Well
Ben.
Look at
done.
you.
Well done.
He is in a different generation.
He is.
True. So much older than us.
Look at all the grays.
What 1993 hip hop song by the Wu-Tang Clan is known for its innovative use of kung fu movie sampling?
Hopscotch.
Ben.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
No, but I appreciate the guess.
Did you say kung fu samplers?
Yes, so they took sounds from kung fu movies and put them into their songs.
I'm letting the tune down tonight.
That one is
I
Enter the Wu-Tang.
I was gonna go Enter the Dragon when you said
Close.
So close.
I had nothing.
Which 1997 Radiohead album features tracks like Paranoid Android and Karma Police?
Yeah, the one with the stuff.
The
No,
thing with the
The white one.
no Radiohead fans? Drew's thinking.
Scott Tinnerman's Tears.
I'm bad at album names.
Yeah, this one's a little bit harder. It's OK Computer.
Sure it is.
Next question. Which R&B group released the hit single No Scrubs in 1999? emphasizing-
Hopscotch.
Hell yeah, brother.
Ben,
TLC, baby.
TLC is correct.
Gotta get a shorter phrase, Drew.
I feel like once they start hell yeah, that's when the timer's done.
We'll see. In 1993, what Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner film featured the hit song I Will Always Love You?
Ooh, and Kevin
Yeah.
Costner.
Hopscotch.
Ben,
Field of Dreams.
nope.
No.
It is a Costner film.
A few years later.
I don't know which one he's in with Whitney Houston. I got nothing. And don't. Definitely do not. Come on, Drew. Force it.
I got nothing.
It was The Bodyguard. Next question. What hip hop duo released the critically acclaimed album Aquemini in 1998?
Jackal.
That's not your phrase.
It's a jackal. It should have been though.
You don't even necessarily need to know the album, but just which hip hop duo in the 90s. Probably just shout one out and you'll get it.
You assume that we know anything about hip hop.
Drew, you should. Ben, you should. Rick, maybe. Guys, Outcast.
Oh, that's a duo. I go.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
I had to call.
Appreciate
Big Boy
the
and Andre
honesty of
3000.
that,
Next question. What female artist released the hit single Genie in a Bottle in 1998?
Ooh, indeed.
Hopscotch.
I think that was actually Rick.
That is right.
Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera, thank you. What boy
I'm
band's
out.
what boy band's debut album released in 97 included hits like Quit Playing Games with My Heart?
Ooh, indeed.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yes, Rick.
Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys it is. We'll do one more.
Now we're
Yeah.
Now we're in the realm of possibility.
Who sang the 1995 hit song Gangster's Paradise?
ooh, indeed.
Ooh,
Rick.
Is it LL Cool J?
It is not LL Cool J. Ben.
Damn it.
hopscotch. Coolio.
Coolio is the
Fuck.
answer.
There it
That
is.
gives us a score of Drew 1, Rick 2,
Hell
and
yeah,
Ben
brother.
4 for tonight's 90s music trivia. You get no gift card to the bar that we're at. You get no awesome beer related hat, and may God have mercy on your soul. Guys, this was fun. Appreciate you guys coming out. Always love talking to you.
And don't listen to Last Call. Skip past that part.
It was great. It was great. We got some of them. It
I'm
was
not
fun.
ashamed that I don't know
Hi,
those
Brittany.
things.
Hi, Britt.
For our listeners, big announcement. We have a TikTok now. Why? Because I was bored and I was like, what's this do? And some of I got some fire memes on there. Just amazing content on there. Please go check it out. I believe the TikTok handle is the same as everything else, but let me double check. It is. Oh, I still trying to figure this whole thing out. I know I'm a millennial. It's at _bar banter podcast. You can follow us on TikTok. We also have an Instagram. We have a Twitter. We have a YouTube. Go check out
OnlyFans?
all shh. We may have niche OnlyFans pages. You have to find them, or you don't, because this is our podcast, and this is our podcast, and what was it? You're just longing for the ride. That's what it is. Got it.
Love it. Wrecked him.